So guys, in general, gladiolus like well-draining, sandy, loamy soil, and they do actually like to be mulched. They like mulch around them, about 2 to 4 inches-ish, so just keep that in mind when you're planting these out in your garden. Hey everybody, Sean and Allison here from Spoken Garden.
Hi you guys, happy Friday to you. It's the start of another weekend and it's day 137 of the Quarantine Gardeners.
If you don't know, that's us, and this is our daily video log of us accomplishing projects around our garden while under quarantine.
And thank you for being here, and if you haven't already hit that subscribe button down below, go ahead and hit it so you don't miss out on all our daily videos.
So guys, today is Plant Chat Friday, and today we're talking about gladiolus.
Oh, they're so beautiful. We love gladiolus, and they're all in bloom in our yard right now, so...
Yeah, they're all falling over
They're
too.
falling over, which is something we were going to definitely address today.
So guys, gladiolus are a bulb. They're a corm, which is a type of bulb, and they are hardy in our zone, but they're hardy to zones 8, 9, 10, and 11, and that's the USDA hardiness zones. So make sure when you're looking at these to plant in your garden to check your hardiness zone against what these are hardy to.
Yeah, you guys, one of our most popular videos actually is how to plant gladiolus bulbs. We filmed that this spring and we were so excited to plant these groupings of gladiolus bulbs in the ground, and we couldn't wait to see them in bloom. Well, now they're in bloom. So let's get to some plant care. We're gonna show you the flowers, what to do while they're in bloom, after they bloom, and how to prep for next season.
Guys, here is alfalfa. This is the first one we have of the two. And isn't that beautiful? Look at those blooms. They start flowering down at the base of this whole spike stem here. And so here's the oldest bloom, and it just kind of progresses up. And here's the newest one, so it progresses up the stalk, and these will continue to open and flower as the weeks go by this summer. And this will be the last bloom that flowers on this flower stalk.
This is Amber Mystique. This is oh, we're loving this.
This
Look
is our
how
second
gorgeous
one.
this is.
Yeah, look at that color.
You can see it's already, we have some spent blooms already. This is one of the first ones that popped open. And it's in bloom and then blooms to come. So this is a very nice range of flower progression.
Both of these gladioli will get about 4 feet tall under the right conditions. Okay, so we're gonna come over to a different grouping.
And I'm gonna carefully hold this stem up. As you can see, they're very top heavy. If you're not planting these for cut flowers, then you're gonna have this problem that we're having, where these need to be staked.
Yep.
So we're gonna take care of that today in just a few minutes.
So guys, in general, gladiolus like well-draining, sandy, loamy soil, and they do actually like to be mulched. They like mulch around them, about 2 to 4 inches-ish, so just keep that in mind when you're planting these out in your garden. They do like full sun, but they will grow in partial shade too.
Which is great, because that gives you more options for design. Gladiolus in general, these are great for, you can use these in cut flower gardens, you can use these along borders, you can plant these in mass plantings and flower beds. So one thing that would be cool is to try planting these in different groupings around your yard at different times. So maybe every 10 days apart, you could plant a little grouping of 7 or more glads, and then they would bloom throughout the summer. You could actually see gladiolus blooming all the way into the fall in your garden. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be beautiful. So guys, we're gonna come up here to some more of these gladiolus that we have, and we wanted to show you. You can see we've got some other plants around, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But so gladiolus, they're in the Iridaceae family, which is the iris family, which is super cool. As you can see, they flower during the summer, and they can flower into the fall, depending on when you plant them and how well they do in your garden.
The best time to get these in the ground is any time after the threat of frost has passed in your area, so that's gonna depend on your zone. But generally, spring into even early summer, you could still be getting these in the ground.
And that goes along with what Allison was saying for the succession planting, which is every 10 days or 2 weeks. That really can work into that, where you can be still planting these into the summer, the early summer, and have these really flower throughout all summer. So gladiolus like regular watering, especially during the growth and flowering times of year for them, but they also need regular watering after they're done flowering, because the plant still has to go through its regular growth cycle and it still needs water to do that. It's very similar to the care needs of daffodils and tulips, where you continue to water after they're done blooming. When these are done flowering, you're gonna wanna cut them down and get that old flower off, but you're gonna wanna keep the rest of the plant. So where you're gonna cut them is where the stem comes down and it meets the first leaf. You're gonna cut them pretty much right here, because you can see there's the flower, and it's gonna come down, it stops right about here. So cut it right about here to keep the rest of the plant.
And then really keeping in mind, don't cut back the leaves or anything. Keep them green. They'll actually stay green in your garden long after the blooms are gone. So like Sean was saying, keep watering them so you can ensure next season's growth.
Like Allison said, when they wither to ground, you'll cut them down after they turn brown and wither. You'll cut them to about here, about 2 inches or so above the ground, and then let them do their thing. We leave them in the ground here because they are hardy in our zone to keep in the ground year round as a perennial. Now, if they're not hardy in the area where you live, you're gonna need to dig them out of the soil after you cut them and store them somewhere to protect them over those cold winter months to then replant them in the next spring. So guys, we're over here and we're by some more gladiolus. And so look at those.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Gladiolus are susceptible to slugs, spider mites, aphids, and thrips. So look for those as pests on your plants.
Glads look amazing planted with other summer blooming bulbs. And you can see behind us here, we have Liatris. Now this is actually in a container, but we will be moving these somewhere else next year. So that might be an idea. But behind the glads, or kind of along the side, we've got a bunch of orange, beautiful dahlias in bloom.
Oh yeah, look at those, you guys.
Oh, I see a spent one we need to cut, but that's all right.
But look at these guys, yeah, they look beautiful and such a contrast in color to the Liatris of the purple and white, and then also to the glads. I mean, what a color combination.
Got a lot of vertical interest in our garden this year. Other great companion planting ideas could be Shasta daisies, maybe cosmos. Crocosmia would be another summer blooming bulb. Really, options are endless as long as you find plants that can go together, that have the similar sun needs and watering needs and care needs.
And they don't shade each other out.
Guys, we need to get some staking happening here. So we're gonna look at this grouping of glads, and we're gonna add one stake and see if we can kind of tie them all up to it.
We've got a stake and we got some twine. Here we go. What I'm gonna do, you guys, is just kind of test these out before I put this stake on here, because I wanna see how they're gonna pull on this twine and this stake, and then I can get a better idea of where I need to place the stake and how I need to tie it. It looks like the alfalfa's going this way and the mesquite's going this way, so what I'm gonna need to do is probably put the stake kind of somewhere in the center and then tie these kind of around this. And so we'll try that out, see how that goes. And make sure when you're tying these to not inhibit the plant's growth. And that means be aware of where you're placing the twine around each stem, and you're not hurting or harming the plant's ability to grow those leaves any further, because you don't want to do that. The last thing you want to do is inhibit your plant's growth. So you can see I teased the twine around that stem so it doesn't stop this leaf from growing. Did the same thing on the other one. Now see, when I do this, I'm cinching this up, I'm making this tighter, and it's bringing both of these back together closer to this stake, and that's what we want to do. So, and like before, you might have seen our other videos, I'm not tying a bunch of knots, I'm making some loops here, so if we need to, we can retighten this or readjust this twine to what the plants actually need. We can tighten it and cinch it up, or we can loosen it depending on what we need to do for the staking. So that makes this reusable, and we don't have to waste twine, and it helps the plant. It helps us adjust for the plant's needs.
So that's a quick snapshot of the glads in our garden, and we hope those plant care tips are helpful for you too.
So go ahead and leave your comments and questions down below for us. We love hearing from you guys. Give us that thumbs up, let us know we're doing a good job, and subscribe to our channel so you get updates on our latest videos.
And comment below and let us know if you're growing glads in your garden, what cultivar or what colors or anything that you know about your glads. We'd love to hear what you're growing in your garden too. And we'll be back tomorrow, you guys, with our Garden Tool Saturday with another new tool for you. So come on back and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.